بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله محمد بن عبد الله الصادق الأمين. قال تعالى: أذن للذين يقاتلون بأنهم ظلموا وأن الله على نصرهم لقدير. صدق الله العظيم. بيان القوات المسلحة اليمنية لمنتسبيها بشكل خاص وللشعب اليمني بشكل عام. لقد حاولت الحكومة الشرعية اليمنية وبالتعاون مع المجتمع الإقليمي والدولي وبكل الوسائل الدبلوماسية والقانونية.
Look, we have them on the run. Most of their equipment is gone. Their anti-aircraft stuff is gone. We hit them very hard last night. Every time they send a drone, we hit them very hard. But we had a deal. What nobody knows, we had a deal. It was a done deal. And then they broke it. They always break it. We've had 10 deals with these people. And so we're just going to hit them very hard. And we're going to keep the Strait. And we'll probably run it. We'll become the guardian of the Strait. Maybe we'll call it the guardian angel of the Strait. And we should be reimbursed for that. When we do that, we're going to be reimbursed because the other nations are very wealthy. They're on our side. And we can't be expected to do that for nothing, unlike we had for many years. You know, we guarded the Strait for 50 years more, and we never got paid for it. They made all the money, and the United States was just, they wouldn't. It's amazing. We guarded it for nothing. And now we're going to guard it. We're going to get paid for guarding it, a lot of money. But we just want to be reimbursed for doing all of this, for putting our people in danger. But we're really not putting people, we're really saving people. Remember this, they killed 52,000 protesters so far, as of this moment.
That's right, absolutely. You guys got the first headline there, which is that the president says he's reinstating the blockade in the Strait of Hormuz. But there's a second piece of this where he also says the U.S. will be reimbursed for all cargo being shipped. So let me read you the full post here from Truth Social. The president says the Hormuz Strait is open and will remain open with or without Iran. We are reinstating the Iranian blockade, so named because it is only stopping Iran ships or customers from entering or leaving. All other countries, he says, will have fair and open use of the Strait. The USA will be, from this point forward, known as the guardian of the Hormuz Strait, but as such and as a matter of fairness, will be reimbursed at the rate of 20% on all cargo shipped for any and all costs necessary to do the job of providing safety and security to this very volatile section of the world. And he closes by saying the process and formation will begin immediately. So, guys, a few questions on this here, and I will have to go into the building after this to see what more I can learn. But one, of course, the blockade going back in place, a major shift in the U.S.'s stance after that was one of the biggest pieces of the memorandum of understanding that the blockade would be lifted. It was also one of the only remaining pieces of the MOU that was still in place after the ceasefire he declared was over and the sanctions were put back on Iran. Now the blockade also going back into place. But the 20% fee it appears the U.S. will be charging here is also a major shift and not something that we've heard the White House talking about all that much as of recently. The president had been saying he wanted to see the Strait free and open to all. Who will have to be charging this fee? Will it be paid by the ships going through there? Now is it down to either paying a fee to the Iranians or to the Americans? Is that where we are now? Clearly a major development here and something that shows just how much further away we are from getting the deal that the White House had said they wanted.
When Marco Rubio said today that the goal of the war was to return the status quo ante, that is to say, the status quo which existed before last summer when Donald Trump launched the war, I thought either he has taken leave of his senses or I have. Are you telling us that all these people have died? All this money has been burned? All this damage is coming down the pipe in the economies of the whole world so that you can achieve the situation that obtained before you began the war?
So what do you have to say? Yemen has declared war, is expanding on Saudi. So you see, it's expanding. So many things are going to go wrong. How did we get here? There was an MOU that was binding between the world and Iran, signed by Obama. But because Trump does not want to hear anything about Obama, he came in and threw that by the window. He threw that same agreement by the window. Today, listen again, today, Rubio said they are fighting to return to the status quo ante. What does that mean? The situation they were before the war started. How can you? What about all the killings? What about all the destructions? The billions of dollars that has been destroyed in every other places? What about the deaths? The Strait, I've always told you, forget about whatever it is they've been saying. Strait of Hormuz is the goal. And what happened to the Strait? The Strait was open, being controlled by the National Maritime. It's a national waterway for the world. Nobody ever cared about it. Now, see what you've caused. And the whole world is going to suffer for it. The financial meltdown is going down the whole world. Soon you will see the oil prices go to top again of the roof. Soon. Because the war has started. So many countries are going to jump in. Soon you will see China jump in. Soon you will see Russia jump in, trying to help their ally, which is Iran. Who is going to help you? United States. United States have discriminated so much against their allies. Talk down, talk shit, talk up. You understand? So they do not have any ally. Who is going to support a government that fights itself? You had an agreement, and today you don't have nothing. Today the Strait is locked. Now you're fighting with everything to keep the Strait open, even promising so much money, but still it's not working. I don't understand. Now, funnily, look at what Trump is saying now. That the blockade is coming back. That he will be guarding the Strait of Hormuz now. That the Strait of Hormuz, the America has been protecting for 50 years and they were never reimbursed for that. I don't know where he's getting all of that from. Now he says he's going to be charging 20% on all cargo and all the vessel that passes through the Strait. Because he's taking over the Strait of Hormuz. How? Sometimes you will live on a dream world. Sometimes we live on a dream world. I just know that this is just the beginning. Because he's so confused on what to do right now. He's so confused. But the most important thing is that the world needs peace. The world needs peace. I shall give it to you as soon as I get it. Don't touch that. Peace out.